What is up, risk takers? Welcome to the Kill Pete strategy. I am Pete, and this is the 5th episode of the Waiting on Your Best Behaviour podcast. Today I have the pleasure of talking to OliveXC number 1. How are you, Olive?
Hey, nice to see you, Pete. Thanks for inviting me.
Thanks for coming. So Olive and I are going to get into a range of different topics. And I think Parlox is going to join us as well. So Parlox is welcome to pop on to the podcast channel. And I'm going to set up a game in the Grandmaster server. So what do you want to play, Olive?
Pangea.
Okay, why?
This very progressive.
Why? Why Pangea?
You know why I like Pangea.
No, I want to hear you say it.
Because I want to fight over like a two person continent.
You do? But not with me. I would never do something like that.
Hi, Parlox.
Hi, Parlox. We're live, buddy. How you doing? I think
Like
Parlox
it's still getting set up.
getting set up.
But no, I like Pangea because it's a wide open map with a lot of attacking points. I also really like Pangea because there's a couple of small continents that people could like try to get, which could lead to like minor drama. I know what your strategy is. I'm gonna like blatantly call it out if you're doing it and make you feel awkward.
No, you think it's the opposite. I loved when you did that on Drew's stream. I will just let me put the game code in. So I've definitely told you this story, but I will reiterate it for the audience. So I have this mouse here that I paid far too much money for, and a very fancy mouse pad, because I was in a game with Olive and Zerup, where I had to kill both of them simultaneously. And I had exactly 60 seconds to do it, and it wasn't going to work out very well for me if I didn't finish. And I got to exactly one territory. And Olive said, I think the exact quote was, "That would have been the coolest thing, but you overestimated your ability." So I immediately went out and bought a better mouse, and I regret nothing because that little bit of edge I'd much rather have be in my brain than anything technological. So Parlox, I'm just saving a spot in this game for him.
I hope he's able to join. He attacks even faster than you, so
Does he?
I will always be cool to see.
So you say these things, and my ego just goes, "Wait a minute, what does he say?" You're very incisive.
I only say this because I know that you have like an attitude like we're always improving, and you actually got to like top 100 on the leaderboard by playing multiplayer progressive games. That's something I could not do.
Yet. That's something you could not do.
We'll see. We'll see.
Well, I mean, I figure, like, I think you and I share a similar attitude as far as getting better goes. You know, you gotta practice, you gotta care.
Yeah, exactly. I think the one area where we do differ on is like where we like to do our practice.
Okay, tell me more. I'm just gonna let this spot fill up, and if Parlox wants to join next game, he can.
Yeah, I think that'll be good.
Sure.
So, I guess then, like, giving a little bit of like a just like an introduction to myself as we're waiting for this final spot. And, like,
That's what I want to know. Who are you?
Sure. Yeah. So, my name is like OliveXC. I'm 27 years old. I live in the United States. In my as my job, I'm an accountant, and I am a CPA. And I work in like the healthcare industry, just doing internal auditing. So basically, I look at my company's controls and risks and financials and stuff, and make sure that's like all operating effectively.
Hey, we got
and we got
Parlox. And we got Parlox. Let's start the game. So
Nice.
You became interested in being an accountant. Why?
I took a class in high school, and it just came very naturally to me. A lot of it was just like bookkeeping, just like making like those like journal entries and all that. And what I liked about accounting is that it's very analytical. It's really about like partnering with like the business and really just working with your stakeholders and explaining what's going on.
Helping paint a picture with the numbers, so that they understand the principals of the business, understand how to know what direction they're in or going in, right? Something like that.
Yeah, exactly. I'm able like to read stuff, understand it. It all like works well like for me, and I really enjoy what I do. Like a lot of people think accountants are just like boring bookkeepers doing the back, not doing anything. Like in my job in internal auditing, like before the pandemic, I was like traveling the world and doing like anything and everything, which was personally like really fun for me.
Why did you have to travel for your job? That seems like the easiest job to do from anywhere. Why would you? What would have caused that?
Yeah. So with internal audit, I am looking at risk basically anywhere in the world.
Wait, I'm sorry.
So my company that I work for is international.
You're
So
looking.
I travel anywhere where there would be risk.
But there's risk right here.
Risk the board game. But in my actual job, I deal with risk as well. Maybe that's why I got into risk.
Do you hate puns?
No, I love puns.
Okay, cool. I had to do it, man. I had to do it. Yeah, well, so I had a moment. Tell me what you think of this. So I have been tracking my personal net worth for more than a decade now. And I've had a moment where I knew I was going broke. And I was able to see that ahead of time and stop it. Does that sound like something that you would ever think about doing, or have you applied anything similar to that? Like your professional money management, have you ever applied anything like that to your personal?
I do say I have good like personal finances. Basically, I rent a place. I have it with like 2 or 3 other roommates, and like my rent's like pretty cheap, so like I just live within my means like that way. I'm also like not married. I don't have any kids right now, so I'm basically just focused on my own. So just basically a young professional enjoying life.
Well, that sounds like you're living the dream, man.
Yeah. So that way, if I ever want to invest anything in risk, I can do so.
So you got into accounting, you said, in school. You also mentioned to me that you were into athletics.
That is correct. That's where the XC comes from.
Okay, tell me.
Yeah, so the XC stands for cross country. I used to be a runner in high school and a couple years in college. And when I was in high school, basically I started off like really bad because I just wasn't used to running. But my junior year of high school, I got really good. I was able to run my 5K in under 17 minutes, which is 3.1 miles.
Okay.
And eventually I was able to finish like first team all county and first team all conference in like my division, which is a really difficult like accomplishment. It's something that I was really happy about. Then I was able to go like a state school in Division 3 and then run a couple years in college, which was a really fun experience for me that I enjoyed a lot.
Were you practicing a lot?
Yes, and that's when a couple of things kind of like went a little sour for me. I was like running around 60 to 70 miles a week, and unfortunately, I developed a couple of injuries like in college that prevented me like from like running like after college. Basically, when I was like doing track, I got a really bad hamstring strain that I didn't like heal properly. So that basically like means that like my right leg is just a lot tighter than like my left leg, and I have a lot of muscle imbalances there like as a result. So they always pull very easily.
It didn't tear?
What?
It didn't tear?
It didn't tear. It was just basically when you pull your hamstring, you need to let it heal.
Yeah.
I didn't let it heal correctly because the mentality of my team was if you can run, you need to run. You need to be able to support and help out your team. So like basically the thought was to try to run through it, and I wasn't being like safe or careful with it, and just kind of messed me up a little bit.
Have you changed your mindset because of that?
Um, it made me realize that I can't be so hot-headed, and I need to be a little more like careful with like what I do. That's not even like the worst thing that happened to me.
What's the worst thing that happened?
The one thing that so the way I got back from that is that I basically had to go through like 3 4 months of like pretty tough like physical therapy. I had to see like a specialist and just do a lot of things to try to fix what was like wrong with me. And it was one of the hardest things I had to do, but I was eventually able to go back and compete in my team for spring track and like score points in my conference for my state. And so it was a really nice accomplishment for me, and I was very glad that I was able to do it. So that was actually a pretty proud moment in my life. Uh, During my junior year of college with the running, I then developed another injury where you have like your Achilles tendons like right by your heels on
Yes.
your feet. Yeah. So my toes point upwards a little bit, and because of that, I have very, very tight calves naturally, no matter how much I stretch them. My foot has a bit of a weird arch to it. And because of that, my Achilles have a lot of additional strain because they're normally like fully stretched out because the area around it is tight. And I actually get Achilles tendonitis really, really easily in my tendon area. So if I ever run, there's a really high chance that I get that injury. And because of that, I ended up getting really bad Achilles tendonitis, as well as a partial tear, because tendonitis leads to a partial tear. And I'll be honest, it kind of sucked because I really enjoyed running and everything that like I was able to do, and I kind of lost at like ability because of
Like you
that.
can't anymore, or just not at the
I mean,
level
I
that you were.
could
Yeah.
run, but the odds of me getting hurt are like really, really high.
So you can't really do the thing that you love doing.
Yeah, and it
Oh,
was
that
kind of like
sucks.
tough for me. Like I mean, like I don't feel like pain, and what I ended up doing is just getting into things like hiking a lot. Got into Risk like a little bit like right here, like a little bit later on.
Sure.
I actually played poker for a couple years as well.
You make money?
I basically got involved in hobbies that didn't involve as much like physical strain on my body.
Right. You make money with poker?
Yeah, I basically I played a lot of like penny games,
Okay.
like because and what I kind of did was I did like $10 tables, sometimes $30 tables. I'd also play like $10 tournaments and make an average of like $2,000 or $3,000 a year. Not like a lot, but just enough where basically if I wanted to go out to dinner, it wouldn't like cost me like any money or anything.
Perfect.
Yeah,
Whenever
and what I
you
like
find a
about poker
hobby,
is the analytical mindset to it. A lot of people think it's all just like gambling and like luck, but in reality, it all kind of comes down to knowing what your odds are and playing towards those odds. And I've always been like an analytical person, and poker kind of matches up with my analytical mindset.
so I want to connect something from what you just said. So I've
Yes.
noticed that a lot of people would experience an injury similar to the one you experienced and really let it get them down. And what I'm connecting is the idea that you said, I'm a very analytical person. So at some point, did you conclude, sure, I'm injured, but I don't have the luxury of letting this get to me. I have to succeed despite it? Or tell me about how you were thinking about it.
So when I first got injured, it was really hard on me because I was losing something that was really important to me in my life, and I had to do like a lot of like soul searching at the time to kind of figure out like what I wanted to do. And at the same time I was just like kind of starting work, and like while I was doing a good job at work, I was feeling like a little annoyed, worried with that. And I will be honest, the first couple of years out of college, I actually had like anxiety, not like officially like diagnosed like by a doctor, but I had like more worry and stress that I think would only be considered healthy. And around like when I moved out of my parents' house, like a couple years after graduating from college, I basically just had to do like a lot of soul searching, talking with a lot of people, identifying like what was bothering me and making me feel upset. And I really just realized that no matter, as long as like you're happy, you're healthy, you have like a good friend circle around you, you have like a good job, a good career that's like helping you out. Parlox, you suck, by the way.
Did you
Like,
choose?
I have to do this.
Did you choose?
Giving a good speech about not being angry and like.
And then you spam emote the frowny face.
Yes, I'm gonna spam on the frowny face. I'm gonna make alliances with everyone.
Of course.
Also, I'm breaking Parlox's alliance.
Of course. Get this guy. He
But now he wants an alliance. I'm gonna accept it just to reject it.
Just to break it again. Perfect.
I'm gonna make an alliance with them and actually keep it this time.
I noticed that Parlox loves the frowny face emote. It's actually the one I never use. Maybe in these games I'll use it. Yo, so the thing I want to ask you about is, do you think people choose to identify themselves as victims?
I don't think people choose what they do or do not like want to do. I feel as though like they're still trying like to figure themselves out, if that kind of like makes sense. Ultimately, what I've learned like over the years as I've kind of matured a little bit into like my 20s is that life is always going to be throwing you curveballs and challenges and things like that get in your way. And while you can always feel a little bit like upset or like worried like in the short term, but like kind of like matters like in the long term is like your mentality and what you try to do to make like the most of it. And I have learned kind of really just to basically be calm, like no matter like what happens. And if like things get bad, I just think, well, I look at the big picture. I don't really have like pre-existing conditions. I really enjoy and I'm happy with like what I do at work. I get along with my family really well. I really, honestly, like I'm very kind of blessed that I live like a good lifestyle, like a solid middle class lifestyle in the United States. And because of that, like if I have like little like for example, I lost in round 2 of this in the free-for-all tournament on like the Risk Discord server.
Yes.
Well, that like totally sucks. Not the end of the world for me. Same thing. Why? Like when they start talking more about like the competitive aspect of like risks and like how I get good at that, they always keep a calm, cool-headed like head. If we got like on a losing streak, I always think about like the big picture. And if I'm ever in a tough situation, a game against really good opponents, I always keep like a calm, level-headed mind. So I'm just ready to do whatever I have to do.
So from what I've seen of you and what I've heard you say today, it seems like mindset is one of your superpowers.
Yes.
Okay.
I would agree with that.
How do you... Tell me.
And this is like a knock like people in the community, but a lot of people like top players are younger, like Parlox.
Yes.
He's a great guy, but he's like in his like teens. Like a lot of top players like Zaraki, like Spike Omega, like Tank, like a lot of them like are they're still like in school, like in high school or college.
Right. Like
they're great people, but a lot of things just come with like age, like and experience. And because I've been through like a lot and like I've had like a lot of like events happen to me in my life, I have really learned how to just like stay calm and cool and collected. And it's really helped me out like as a result like through all of that. So like in games where like I get a really bad dice roll, I figure out how can I make do with this instead of just like giving up. If I'm in a situation where I feel as though I am like about to lose, I just think is there a way that I could potentially like get out of this? And by doing all of these like separate things right here, it gives me the biggest like possible chance really like come out of that situation like on top, because I have been in a couple really tough spots in tournaments before, and I was able like to pull out the win.
Like Risk specifically, or some other game?
With Risk in particular, like sometimes in poker tournaments, but mostly it has come down to I think some of my best accomplishments in the game have like through like Risk came because like I was always like remaining like calm, cool, and collected.
What is your highest rank that you reached, by the way?
On the ladder, my highest rank was 4th.
Whew. And how did you feel in that moment?
Honestly, not very different than when. Honestly, I was most happiest when I got the top 50 on the ladder.
That was the big accomplishment for you?
That was my highlight on my ladder.
Really? Okay, very cool. Very cool. Yeah, that felt pretty cool for me too. I will say.
Yeah, and that's because talking a little bit about like the ladder and everything is that people on the very highest levels of the ladder, they mostly just fight beginners or like new players. Frankly, they are just not very good, and you get very few skill points for winning, but you just do it over and over again. It's just a very likely that you end up of winning those games. So
oh, Parlox.
I got to the top of the ladder.
Oh, Parlox.
Okay,
look at this risky kill too. Good job, buddy.
Okay, yeah, okay. Now let's actually watch this game for a second.
All right. What do you think's going to happen?
Parlox is going to go on a rampage.
Okay.
The viewers want to see this. Parlox is one of the world's fastest attackers.
Okay.
Okay. Parlox can't really kill me because I'm protected by a bunch of players. That's why I have my 6 in the bottom left-hand corner. Looks like he's trying to kill green. You think he can do it?
Now we're in trouble.
Can. Alright.
Oh, he's going to get everybody.
Yeah, so he could kill me next. Or he can kill, like, the blue player.
Yeah, Cowboy comes second because he has no value.
Yeah. And now because Parlox took out that player, he can now take me out. Although, I don't think he can take me out.
No?
Can he take me out?
Well, if he
lets
you live, that's dangerous. Oh, he's rolling 7 on 7. Get lucky.
Okay.
Of course he gets lucky. Oh, well played, man.
Parlox.
Well played. Look at that.
Nice, I could have won instead. Oh man, I could have won that.
I know.
Oh. If Parlox was playing, he would have like slammed his keyboard down and everything.
You think?
Right.
You think he loses it a little too much?
Now, okay, what is he? Oh, he can't kill me.
Right, so he's not even going to try.
Parlox has 127 troops. I can't win. Can I win? No, I don't think I can win. I get 48 troops. So I would need to put like 34 here, and then rest here. Yeah, because I already lost.
You're killing Cowboy? You're going for second? Okay, cool. I think I would have played your seat differently. I think what I would have done is I would have spread and tried to work with Cowboy, even though that is a very risky proposition.
Yeah. I'm just thinking from like a tournament perspective. I could not beat Parlox. He has 5 cards.
Oh, yeah.
He's too good. He'll know how to attack it.
You hear that, Parlox? You're too good.
Yeah, except that 7-on-7.
I can't tell if he can hear us in chat or not, but
I have no idea either.
bet he's patting himself on the back for this one. That was a pretty impressive game.
Yeah, I would have won if he lost that 7-on-7. And now you just have to split across here, jump me down there. Alright. Now he's got to do that. I don't have a set of 3, so even if he messes up, it's not really a big deal. Cowboy just shows up as dead again on my screen.
Yeah, I saw that too. I wonder what that glitch is all about.
I don't call that a glitch, I just call that a bug. A glitch is something like people attack and their armies just disappear.
Yeah, that one's real upsetting. All right, next game. What do you like?
Okay, so I always enjoyed Pangea,
Yes.
but is there another map that you could
Russia?
recommend? It's something that's like Turkey.
Russia?
That's like, oh, let's do Russia.
Russia.
Yeah.
Okay.
So as we're like setting up like the second game and everything, like what were you talking about before?
So I was interested in your mindset specifically about winning. The thing I want to kind of dig into next is maybe how I want to know how you specifically define winning.
That's kind of a tough question. The way that
Hey,
oh,
Parlox.
now we can hear you. Congratulations on winning the first game and winning that 7-on-7.
My microphone backed out, so I was gonna say that backward the profile pops up again is when people start to spectate.
Oh, is that when it shows up? That's interesting.
Yeah, so I guess that what happened is he just started to spectate when that happened, so it shows up for us too for some reason.
How did you find that out?
Just talking with friends and playing with them a few times, and every time like they said I'm gonna spectate, it pops up.
Interesting. Now we know.
Yeah.
So how are
All
you?
right.
How are you tonight, Parlox?
I'm doing great. I just woke up. Yeah, I put an alarm to wake up for this because my sleep schedule is all over the place.
Yeah, I have no idea how you keep up this sleep schedule.
Yeah, I mean, it's right now 2 a.m. here, and in about, 12 hours I have a tournament game, and I was, like, before that sleep of, like, 8 hours, I was awake for 24 hours or something. I don't know why.
I don't know what you are doing, but I wish you the best of luck.
Thank you. There's a lot of suffering and pain.
Well, are you ready for your game?
I think I am. I'll just need a lot of sleep.
Olive got thrown into the Zerap buzzsaw, so maybe you'll get a bit better luck.
Yeah, I'm going to pop it up with my group. Apparently, it's really good. I don't know.
Okay. I don't actually know anyone in my group, so I've been practicing a ton. I don't know if I practice more than you, Olive, but probably close. I really can't. Yeah. I really don't want
But I want to put like my best foot forward when doing this game because this map is perfect.
Okay.
It's like one territory in Central that's like potentially people can take, but otherwise it's just really, really spread out.
Yeah.
I know this is one of Cowboy's favorite maps too, so watch out.
Oh yeah, he's good at that.
I love how we just have alliances on, even though it means like nothing in progressive.
How could you say that, man? How could...
Because it's progressive, and eventually people get 25 carbon troops and they just like kill someone because they can.
I don't know, man. Sounds like you're not valuing my alliance at all. Maybe if
I value your alliance a lot.
Maybe if I send you some hearts, there you go. So I mean, you don't have to answer right away, but I am curious to know how you would define winning.
So you can define winning in a lot of ways. Like obviously, like actually winning means like a lot like getting like the first place or something. But I always see it as like kind of like the journey about like how you get there. And like I'm always looking like to constantly like improve and like and better myself. And the journey I went from being like a novice player to getting to become like a top player like on the ladder, that journey has allowed me to gain like so much, and to be like involved in this community, it's like really like helped me a lot.
How so?
I guess I can go into a little bit like how I kind of like won and getting to this spot, like being able to talk with you about like my life story and everything.
Please.
He's doing, yeah.
Yeah. So in terms of like my Risk story, is that my roommate, he was he loved playing Risk. He just liked playing like a lot of multiplayer games, and he was like he was like a high master player, like around top 10,000 in the world. And he had like 500 hours played. He really loved it. And he got me to sometimes play, and when I was very young, like in high school, I would sometimes play with my friends. I had like no idea about the political aspects, about keeping allies, so I would just piss off all my friends. They would always kick me out, and then I would never do anything. So I was very bad. So I started playing Risk, and I would lose almost all of my games just playing on fixed classic, and I had no idea what I was like ever doing. And eventually I was like, okay, I know that I am like not the best at this, but I can always like try to improve. So that's something about me. I'm not really an innovator. I don't come up with the most amazing strategies. But if someone tells me what to do, I have a very good memory for like learning about it. So I just searched for some channels, and I found Risk Forever, like Champion Ever, and I just watched like dozens of his videos, and I'm still subscribed to him, and I watch all his videos today. And he gave me a lot of, as his catchphrase is, a lot of tips and tricks on how to improve at Risk.
Yep.
And that's what allowed me to get to like the Grandmaster level. I was able
in no time, right? In absolutely no time.
It took like about a month, about 100 or so hours of play. But eventually I was able to get playing nothing but fixed classic, 4 to 6 players.
So you were able to get how high?
Just barely Grandmaster.
Okay. Still, with fixed classic is crazy good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because like a lot of the top people, when they do it, they tend to pick like unique maps. So I know when you play along the ladder, you like to use unique maps.
Sure. I have a couple of maps. Like this would be one that would pass my test, right? I need a big open map with difficult to hold continents. If the continents are too easy to hold, that's another problem.
And after I got the GM, I kind of like lost a lot of motivation, because I figured, okay, I got GM. What else can I really try to get? So I ended up taking a break, and I got into the whole Among Us craze.
Sure.
Yeah, and I played that for a few months. Then like the winter kind of hit, and then like things got really bad in the U.S. as well as a lot of other areas in the world with the pandemic, and I had a lot more free time, so I started like playing more, and I was like staying around like high master-ish levels, and I eventually started. I just got so bored of like constantly playing fixed games, like getting into a stalemate situation where if you attacked anyone, they just suicided on you and your whole game would just end. It was like the worst thing ever.
Like we hear about on the internet every single day, right? Over and over, the same story.
Exactly. I just got so bored of it. And eventually, I just say, you know what, I'm going to just like switch it up and just start playing like 1v1s. I just started playing on Classic Capital's map, just like 1v1 like auto setup. And I played hundreds of games, and eventually I was able to get like a 25, sometimes 30 win streaks. And I was able to get to the top 1,000 doing that, and I really learned a lot about all like the dice roll percentages and when to take risks, how to break into continents, and I just became really understood it. So I was annoyed because those game modes are very luck based, because sometimes a person just gets a setup where they can hold 2 continents at once and you can't break it, or you have to do like a risky 4-on-2, 5-on-2 dice roll and you lose, and you can't really gain a sustainable like win streak doing that. So after that, and I was like kind of looking towards like other options. I eventually stumbled upon was a video from Risk Master Gabe, another like really big YouTuber streamer, and he was of like this is the best way to rank up. There was a video where he talked about classic capitals with a manual setup, fog of war. And he basically described a strategy of like what you can do like to get like a bunch of wins. And I basically just started playing that like a lot, and I was able to break into the top 500 after doing like about 50 to 100 games of practice doing it. I wanted to see, all right, I want to get to the next level on the ladder, and it was really fun to be able to do that and be successful doing that. But then I was like hitting a wall because like I wasn't being consistent always with my winning. But I kind of had a poker mindset where I would take like some risks, knowing that most of the time it will work out for you. Whereas the key to climbing the ladder is taking as few risks as possible.
Right.
And I didn't get that. And so I eventually started being more involved in the Risk Forever Discord. And Risk Master Gabe was really big on that Discord. And eventually I just played with him. And he called me out on like what my mistakes were, and that I was taking like too many risks. I saw the way that he played. He was trapping my armies, moving around like in a really cool manner. I was like, wow, this guy's really cool. I want to play more like Risk Master Gabe.
So you watched him carefully.
Yes, I watched him, and like I played a bunch of games, and like was saying I didn't attack your capital because I only had an 85% chance of victory. I was like, what? I would always attack an 85%. But it was like eating away at my win rate. So eventually I was like, okay, I'm only going to attack at 100%. And then after like a day or two of practicing, I was able to get to the like the top 100, and then eventually get to the top 50, playing like anyone, GMs, masters, intermediates, experts. Basically, I almost never filtered people out. So when you ask why was I most happy at top 50, because I was able to get to like top 47 in the world by like not caring about my win rate at all.
Sure. Well, what's also very significant to me from that story is that you stumbled across 1v1s initially by accident, or you decided, like, you watched a video and was like, maybe this makes more sense in terms of rank?
I stumbled into 1v1s kind of because I just wanted to do something different because I was just tired of like the politics of playing fixed games.
Sure. So, okay, maybe my characterization of by accident isn't fair, but it never occurred to me until I started interacting on Discord just how broken the ranking system is.
Yeah, the ranking system is very, very broken.
Yeah.
Because eventually I was annoyed about the fact that even though I was winning 9 out of 10 games on my preferred settings, I would still sometimes lose due to like the bad luck, or I was playing like a good GM where I could beat them 2 out of 3 times, but the system was punishing me because my rank was so high on the ladder because like I was constantly playing those settings.
Yes.
So I was taking a week off from work. It was still the winter. I just wanted to do like something new because at that point I had close to 500 games playing classic capitals on manual setup. And so I remember one day I was playing Risk Master Gabe. And it was like, he asked me if I wanted to play on United States World Domination. And I never played it before. He's like, sure, I'll show you the ropes. And I never played like a World Domination 1v1 like that. I was just able to intuitively figure out the strategy of spread out your armies and then attack a lot of territories. And even though I never played it, I was actually able to beat Risk Master Gabe. So when I was thinking about, okay, I want to do something else because I'm bored, I started playing United States with Fog of War and Blizzards. And I think in 1 week I played close to almost 300 games, and I shot up the ladder from like rank like 70-ish to like rank like 15 in a span of like 3 days. I remember that I played so many games that when I randomly checked like the Risk Discord, like Spike Omega was making a comment saying, when I search for games, I keep seeing United States Fog of War. A lot of people must be playing that today.
Yeah.
That was literally just me.
It was just you, eh?
Yeah, I was playing so much.
Those sound like familiar settings. I know someone else who likes those settings.
Oh yeah.
Parlox. He is the man.
Well, the first 1v1 I ever did was those settings. Eh, Parlox? You remember that?
Yeah, I tried to teach you and you never learned.
And I never learned, because I'm terrible at 1v1s.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, I'll get there one day, guys. You know, practice makes perfect.
Yeah, but eventually I was able to break through and get to the top 10. And, well, I felt like extreme happiness for getting to the top 50. When I got to the top 10, it felt more like a grind because it was just so many games or such a short period of time. And it felt like it wasn't very skillful. I was just doing the same thing over and over again against bad players.
I definitely get that, yeah. It's the same thing over and over. It's not very fun. It's not very challenging.
Yeah, it was just, okay, good job, but
may I humbly suggest to you guys then that perhaps the definition of winning needs to be updated in your own minds.
Yeah.
Right?
Maybe it's not.
Exactly, because like the journey was like kind of tough, but in the end, I was able to do it, and that's when I started getting a lot more like recognition like in the community. I was like playing a lot more games, and then this is where things got like a little interesting. Eventually, I started switching over to simple worlds because I love the 1v1s. I got pretty good at that. Then I was trying to figure out like what's the next thing that I want to do, and then Parlox actually reached out to me, and he was asking me about a tournament he was going to join for 2v2s.
Correct.
Okay.
So
The white player's turning his set.
Yeah, let me explain it from my perspective.
Oh no, Parlox! No!
Yeah, that's easy for me. Anyways, let me explain my perspective. So, someone named Chris randomly invited me to the 2v2 tournament because he said he lost his teammate. And then his teammate came back, so he left me and I was just alone there, very new and without anyone to be my teammate. And I was just talking to Olive before that. And I knew he was a good player, so I thought might as well invite him and see how it goes. Now you can go on with your story.
Oh, my turn's about to be next. I actually have to concentrate. I need to see what happens now. This is like the actual part of like the
Let's do it. What's the plan? What's the plan, Olive?
Okay, so I have to see what Cowboy does here. Otherwise, I think I'd probably have to try to take out White because I think he made a mistake trying to take people out. I don't know.
He's going for fast bite.
Oof, risky, but you got it.
It's very close. You gotta punch that 19 last? That's risky, man. He loves these. He loves these risks, doesn't he? He loves it.
Yeah.
This is Cowboy's jam. No, don't slow roll now. You just gotta balls out, man. Well, now you were handed the win.
Yeah.
Alright, let me concentrate, please.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I need to kill White. So 21 troops there will guarantee that. And then I need to...
Quick.
I'll be fine.
That is a good win.
Yeah.
Free 4 cards, then a free 5 cards. Ooh.
You don't need to go further. You have the 8 in the territory, so just yeah, exactly.
Okay, so I just have to concentrate here now. Alright, so I need to probably put 57 there, 4 there, and then there, and then you start getting ready to kill Pete.
No, don't kill Pete. Don't kill Pete. Nobody told you.
Well done.
Yeah, that's good. Oh no.
Quick, kill him. Nice.
Alright.
Okay.
So this has 18 there.
That was bad. You should have put it in the territory near it, because now you have to split. Walked out.
Good game.
Yeah, well done. Good game.
Yeah, still gotta concentrate.
Yeah.
Cowboy has
Yeah, with your two matches, I think you got it.
okay. So now I need to just there, bags are taken, and I'll just solo.
Easy right. Yep.
Oh, Cowboy.
Oh, you don't have enough time, but he has 2 cards, so you're fine. You should have used the 7.
Well, that's another thing. You're playing on mobile, eh? Just so the people know.
Yeah, it's hard.
Crazy
as far as speed goes to be as skilled as
able to do that, 'cause I had a lot of practice with it. Yeah, so he only has 2 cards. And even if he didn't, I have 184 troops, so I would just take him out.
I think the fastest guy I ever seen who plays on mobile is Finley.
No, I think it's Spike. Honestly.
Spike's, well, I haven't seen
It's
Spike.
also fast. Finley Pope is faster. Spike is also very fast.
Very good, I'm sure.
Oh, Cowboy.
I think he yields.
You spot out?
I think he did.
No.
I'll send him out so we can come back.
I will also send him hearts.
Okay. Enjoy the house.
Oh, thanks, Parlox.
No problem.
I love you too.
I'll send him hearts. I'll send him hearts.
And that ends this chapter.
Oh, he's offline.
No.
I attacked fast enough.
Yeah, 3 levels shouldn't be very difficult, even for a mobile user. That's GG.
Right. I actually won a game.
Hey.
Yeah, that was
Oh,
more due to the mistake of the player before me, so I was able to capitalize on opportunity.
that was an old Grandmaster game. That's nice.
Well, yeah. He is setting up games within like the Grandmaster server, so that's when I get like top level play.
I see.
Let's see if I can invite some people that we haven't played yet.
Canada could be an option.
Who's online?
You're from Canada, Pete.
What's it
Or
on?
Asia. This one works.
Yeah, do you like this map? You're okay with this one?
Yeah, I want to play on a bunch of big open maps.
Right. I figured this one sort of met the criteria.
Yeah. So as we're setting up this third game, I think this sets up perfectly for like the next thing to talk about, which is like the 2v2 tournament, which was probably like the biggest and most successful moment of like my entire Risk career so far. And that's what's kind of like set up the community, like, okay, all of us not just like a ladder hero, he kind of like knows what he's doing a little bit. And so Parlox and I set up for this 2v2 tournament. And for people who don't know, a 2v2 is not an official Risk mode. It's just basically a separate server. And basically, you sign up with a partner, and you guys both have to work together to take out your other opponents in like a wide variety of different settings.
Correct.
And basically the way that it works is that there was like 32 people, 16 teams. You had 4 groups of like 4 teams. And basically your top 2 people from like teams, like each group advanced to like a single elimination, the quarters, semis, and finals. So for our very first match, Parlox and I played like Mystic and Boom. Like Mystic, she had won like the last Risk free-for-all tournament, so she's a top player, very talented. Boom is also a very talented player.
Who did she beat?
Parlox and I, who did she beat? She beat you. You let her hold Africa.
I let her hold. Get out of here. I let her do nothing. She won that tournament. Wasn't my fault.
No, but in all honesty, she's a really good player.
Oh, yeah.
And frankly, Parlox and I did not practice. And
Okay.
we did not practice as much as we should. It was completely on me.
Yeah, before the match with Mystic and Boom, we only did one practice match, and it was with players that weren't that good.
They were like good players, but they weren't at the same level as like people we were facing. We didn't know the strategies, and frankly, we just got completely crushed. We only won one game out of the 5. It was basically a 5-game series, and
so they won 4 out of 5 Mystic and Boom against us.
Yeah, we just got completely crushed, and it was like kind of tough. Like Parlox and I were new, and what ended up happening is that we did a lot more like practice, and we eventually played 2 other like very good like GM players, like the General and Velocity, and Tumor just attacked 2 of mine. That makes me sad.
Oh no.
Make an alliance with him so that way he won't do that. And we thought we were just done in the tournament, and we actually ended up winning 4 games to 1. And it was a little bit like epic because like in the very last game of the series, Parlox, because it was very late for him, he nodded out at like the critical moment of the game. So he actually ended up having to replay it. We were able to win. And then we ended up having to play 2 more like high-level, master-level people, Sarah, Mike, and Jacqueline, and we had to win the series to advance. And I still remember this to this day. Jacqueline was trying to take out Sarah, Mike, and they were 1 territory away from like winning. Because in the last game, you have to take out your opponent, your own partner, your opponent first, because it was just unique game mode.
Yeah.
And we just barely were able to win, and ended up making like the quarterfinals.
Yeah, so after Mike almost died, she did it 2-1, but she failed. And then it was the bot's decision who dies, because the bot had a lot of troops near both me and Afro Mike, so it could decide who dies and the team who wins, and the bot ended up killing me, so we won.
I had the privilege of having those 2 on my team for 5-a-side this season.
Yeah, they're good 2v2 players. They practice like a lot. It like could have gone either way, but luck did not go our way like that turning. Because again, Parlox and I were still learning. It's where the quarterfinals where I think I really learned why I synergize well with Parlox and why we are able to do like so good together.
Why?
So Parlox, he attacks really fast. He makes very quick decisions, and he's also careful as well. And so if he needs to make a move or he needs to attack a lot of territories, and he needs to attack quickly and efficiently, Parlox can do that. Because I play on a phone, I can't attack super fast compared to other top players. But what I am able to do is I'm able to think very carefully about my moves. And in 2v2s, it's not about the speed of when you attack, but how well you synergize with your partner. So because of all of that, and also I have a very good analytical mind. Kind of like what I was alluding to with the accounting before. I'm constantly thinking about what's the next move, what's the best thing that I can do to advance in the game, like that. And I was just always able to think too, what is the best move, what's my opponent going to do, how do I get the best path to victory, what's the safest way to attack. I got that path between all the hundreds or thousands of 1v1s that I've played. I just know really safe attack paths to reduce variance and luck in my games. And what the biggest thing is that in a lot of these 2v2 games, you're constantly feeling like you're about to lose because your opponents are constantly attacking you.
Can I stop you just for a sec? I think what you said was very interesting, and I want to stick on that for just a minute. The attack paths. And learning them, the pathing specifically that you just touched on, to reduce variance, right?
Yes.
Over and over again, you went through repetitions to figure that out.
Yes, it was a constant iterative process where, because I went through so many like 1v1 auto games where I could have won the game if I just attacked like 5 troop territories, as instead I decided, oh, if I just attack this 3 with my 8, I'll lose maybe only 1 troop, and then I'll just win. Whereas sometimes if you do an 8-on-3 in the old balanced blitz settings, you would just lose
3% of the time.
And that would happen to me, and I'd be like, why did I take the risk?
Yeah.
So I learned, frankly, not to do that.
Yeah.
And so I'm constantly thinking, what's the safest way that I can attack people?
This is something I want to just point out to the audience, because I think it's extremely fundamental to take the guesswork out of your decision making as far as the odds. People are notoriously bad at intuition vis-a-vis probability. And yes. I think the understanding the odds is such an underappreciated and necessary skill. Yeah.
People focus on the emotions,
yes.
which is fine. You should play in the way that gives you the most fun. I want to make that always very clear. For me, what makes me the most fun is being the most efficient in the way that I play and give myself the highest chance to win. So I'm really big on the odds. I have a balanced blitz table that I pay attention to. I used to have a capital conquest a calculator available, so I could figure out the odds before I attack someone if it's worth it for me to go for the attack path. I'm always thinking, what are the odds? So I'm not just going to emotion. I'm going on what's the best odds of the game can allow me to win. 2v2 really promotes that. Oh, you skipped your turn, Pete?
I mean, I put my troops down.
Sure.
I should have done that too. I was just concentrated on what he was saying.
Oh well, you enjoy those four troops there, Parlox. I'll take the 15, thanks.
I definitely shouldn't have done that. But,
yeah. So you hit the nail right on the head on what is and a big element of my game is the whole math aspect.
Yes.
Everything.
Yes.
And that's critical to the 1v1s that I play, which allows me to do well on the ladder and reduce my risk of variance. And is what allows my 2v2 game to be really good as well, because I'm constantly thinking what's the best way I can work with Parlox. And here's the other element that's really big for me. I stay calm under pressure. Parlox, you are a great kid. I respect you so much, what you do. You tend to panic a lot in our games.
I know.
I'm thumbs downing the camera because I don't respect you at all, Parlox. Lies, you're my boy.
Yeah, Parlox, you have been so awesome to me and everything that we do, when
Same.
Hanging out.
Same.
During the whole experience of the tournament, when it felt like everything was lost, because we had a lot of games where we thought we were going to lose. He's we're going to lose. I tell him, no, Parlox, we're going to win. It's going to be okay. And our quarterfinal opponents were Bull and Brutal. Brutal has dozens and dozens of accounts where he's how many troops does America Wadla get?
7 or something? 6? Yeah, 5 for India.
5 in India?
Yeah, it's a big continent, man.
Truck that.
Well, we all let it happen, so.
We got it now.
Here's where the game gets interesting. Are you gonna break them?
Of course I'm gonna break them.
Of course I'm gonna. Good work. Yeah. Oh, you're gonna really break them, I see.
Yeah, you can break my continent. No, this will break the game a little bit. Not fair.
Okay. I don't know if those... So I actually disagree with you. I don't think those 5 troops matter anymore.
Yeah, but it was funny.
No, fair enough. Then we're talking a different thing. You did it for the lols. I like it. Let's come at me, Amerigo.
Yeah.
Cool.
Also because I'm well positioned to attack him.
Yes.
He's not very well spread out.
Now let's see if Tumor betrays me. That was a test that I made to see if he would take the easy one on Japan, and he didn't take it.
Yeah.
Now let's see if
All I
Cowboy
know
does something
is,
crazy.
like, if you don't win this game, this is going to be really sad. You're the most spread out.
Yeah.
You're the most troops.
Yeah.
Really, you're having the most amount of troops before you turn in your set.
Yeah, I know. I set myself up good. Something has to happen to destabilize for me to die.
I'm dead.
Like Cowboy doing something very risky, as he is known to do. 9 on 9! Let's see it! Oh, Cowboy, every game.
Oh, well. At least my time is next.
Yeah, get him. Get him, Parlox.
Once you win a 6 on 3 and then like a 1, it's not worth it.
He's got a set! He's got a set on 3! Punish the evildoer. Yes. Oh, is it my gift? All right, good game, everyone.
Yeah, have fun.
Thanks, buddy.
Okay, so do you mind if I keep talking as you go win this game?
I would love if you kept talking.
Okay, excellent. So in the quarterfinals, you're playing like Brutal, who has dozens of accounts and just just gets a Grandmaster really quickly, and other people saying he's a very naturally talented player. And Bull, who used to be like a top 10, is like a very well-respected player, and people just expected Parlox and me just to get crushed, and we actually beat them like pretty handily, 4 games to 1.
No, not once, 2 matches, because after that they wanted to see if we can beat them again, and we did.
Yeah.
Just for
So it was,
curiosity's sake?
Yeah, it was a really good. Stop.
Yeah, I think I did.
Oh no! I just gave it away.
Okay, I have to stop my story now. I have to pay attention.
It's all good.
Yeah. If he doesn't have a set, Olive wins, I think.
Haha.
Oh well. That was very good.
Sorry, Parlox. Sorry to let you down, bud.
What? Why? How America can take me out? He has a set.
Yeah, exactly.
You're a monster.
No. If I can't win, I'm going to do the thing that stops me from losing. I'm a monster. Now you got it, right?
Yeah, you got it.
I think so.
Put on your 13. Put on your 13. Use the 8 to get his one in Thailand or whatever, and then everything else 13.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. So.
Good luck. Yes. Yes.
You got it.
Yes.
Okay, 30 troops. I cannot kill Tumor. So I will just position myself. If he doesn't have a set, I'll kill him.
If you would kill me, you would get an instant set.
Uh-oh. You got a thanks from Tumor.
Oh, let's see what he does.
Oh no.
Oh, he has a set.
I think you're done for, Olive.
I think you're done for, Parlox.
Why? That makes no sense. You could have killed Olive, easily. I don't get it.
Can Tumor kill me now? I don't think he can.
No, he can't anymore because he can't take the Apex. Why did he do that instead of taking you out? Makes no sense. That's just weird.
Yeah. So unless Pete has a set at 3, I think I win because I'll have to take out Pete. I'm gonna have to concentrate very hard.
Oh yeah. But
So I don't even know the 4 top paths here and how to do this.
Yeah, Pete probably has a set at 3 because he's so quiet? Told you.
Because I'm so quiet.
Yeah.
Let's see if I can do this, though, because I'm super dumb and I fucked up once already. Ah, fuck.
Got it. You got it.
I want those 5 cards, baby.
Well done, you got it, man.
Alright. Now, the really big thing, going back to that 2v2 tournament, yeah, I guess I should have taken out Parlox there. I was just so surprised that I was basically handed that. I didn't think about that 1 card thing. Oh well. Is that after, and plus Toomer having that set of 3 was very lucky for him, and that Pete having the set of 3
Was even luckier.
Yeah, it was like we're on our semifinal match. We were facing a Spike and Sin, and they are the best 2v2 team in the world. I have tremendous amount of respect for them and how they play and what they do. And what ended up happening was it was basically entire psychology of like how I managed to stay calm with Parlox, and also with one of the luckiest things that happened to me in my entire life.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The 4, 7, and the 11, the 13.
Yeah. Well, Parlox. Let me get to that.
Okay.
So basically, first what happened was Spike just forgot to show up, and we ended up having to play with like Sin and Starling, and Starling's a great player, but like Spike is, I think, it's like a little bit like better, like a 2v2 player, but no disrespect to Starling, it's just like again, he's just very good, and basically we were able to win our first match, and then Spike came back for the remaining matches. They then won the next 2 games, and then in the 4th game, Parlox and I were able to tie it back up, so it came down to like the final match. It was a game where you had to beat your opponent, and Parlox and I had a bad setup. We couldn't really hold continence, and Spike and Sin, basically after every match, they, for fun, tried like to take each other out. So they're like the best people in the entire world at taking out their partner. So
Okay.
Parlox and I had our backs against the wall, where they had good setups and we had bad setups.
Sorry, you're good for one more?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Good.
Yeah. So another like a big map.
Oh, the biggest.
Oh, I love it.
The biggest.
Oh no.
And then
Mouth at Michelle, I'm scared.
No, not quite the biggest.
F22 on NZ.
Yes.
what ended up happening was that eventually Spike trapped Parlox, where he had 7 troops in one corner, and Parlox only had 1 territory left. If they took out the 1 territory, we would win. Spike and Sid knew that, and they were protecting Parlox, so he couldn't get a card. It was progressive.
Yeah, and I also want to mention that I had 4 cards, and I had no set at 4. If I had a set at 4,
Parlox. Story.
No.
Context.
What?
This entire time, Parlox is whining, saying, "No, we're going to lose. This is why is our luck so bad?" Parlox. And he said, "Let me just try to manual roll and make it weaker." And Parlox was able to win a 7-on-4 by a slow roll.
4-on-7, you mean?
At 4-on-7, he was able to get his 4th card, but he still didn't have a set at 4.
Yeah.
Sin, as a result of Parlox being free, had to trap Parlox again, so Sin used his set to trap Parlox with a 12. Parlox was saying the game is over, there's nothing we can do, but I had a straight path to Parlox.
Oh, we got velocity. Nice. He came.
Yeah.
All right.
I was able to get a 20 to 25 card set, and I was able to get an attack path to Parlox's final territory, but I had 11 troops to Sin's 12. So,
it was 13 actually, not 12.
Only like a 33% chance normally to break that. Odds were not good in my favor. So I decided to try slow rolling, and I lost the first slow roll, but I kept doing it over and over, and eventually I made it a 5-on-4, which is a 46% chance. So it was like just a complete dice roll. And so we did it. I did it. It worked. I had 3 troops left, and I was able to take Parlox out and take out his last territory. So we were barely able to win by the skin of our teeth. It was...
Sometimes you just get lucky.
It was very lucky. Spike and Sin would win that match like 4 times out of 5. We managed to get that one victory there. And the entire time when Parlox was like worried about us winning, I was thinking to myself, what can we try to do to win? And I was able to stay calm and collected. Best decision possible for us, which was to go after that was what we had. Because we were able to go to the finals, we were able to win the finals like 3-2, and it all worked out. And it was frankly just in the fact that like winning that tournament, it was really like validation, like all the hours that I put into like doing the 1v1s and like kind of what I've been doing like, my whole life, getting like an analytical mindset, thinking like the best way of stuff that I can do to win. It was a really good moment for me. I was just really happy with like everything that I was able to do because of it. And Parlox, because I know you're here, I really can't like thank you enough for like what we've been able to do together like in these trades. And I really look forward to 2v2ing with you in the future. Even if you're going to lose every single game, we're probably going to be fine.
It was awesome. I'm glad we did that.
Yeah, I hear this Parlox is a great guy.
Yeah, Parlox is a really good guy. I was like bashing him. It takes a very special person to be able to like play with Parlox.
Why?
Parlox is very talented at the game.
Yes.
He gets in his head a lot, and unless you're able to calm him down, he will then just be like, "This game's hopeless," and he'll like just give up.
Okay.
I have to basically tell him it's going to be okay. And by doing that, I'm able to get Parlox basically, and we're able to work together by being careful.
What are you crying about? You're still over 12?
We're able to win.
You're still over 12? You're good. Frowny face. You shut up. Takes a special kind of guy to get along with Parlox.
Why is nobody talking to white player? Oh, it's an AI.
It's a bot. Yeah, it's a bot. All right, so Olive, I gotta switch tack a little bit because I want to get to a little bit more about the stuff I was curious about. So you can answer this question however you want, but I want to talk about goals. I want to talk about purpose. Right? What do you live for? What is where do you find your meaning? Right? I know you love winning. Right? I know you find fun in...
I'm a naturally competitive person because I used to be an athlete.
Okay.
I try to be involved in like stuff like this.
Where there's like an incremental achievement structure, you can get that feedback, you can know you're improving.
Yeah. Or there's like a tournament scene like this that I can be like involved in. And I guess for a while, in terms of like Risk, I was really big into the ladder scene. And just trying to do well on the ladder and work my way up from there. And eventually, what I ended up realizing was like, I can have like 6 million skill points or 6.7 million skill points. People are not going to make any comment to me being like a good or a or like a bad player. Like they know what my skill level is. So I'll still sometimes grind on the ladder sometimes. Like I've got to gain my skill set. So kind of where I'm pivoting to at this point is kind of getting more involved like in a tournament scene, and trying to play and do well against top level competitors. I participate in the 5-a-side tourney, which is like a bunch of 1v1s and 2v2s, and my team was able to win that, which was like a really good accomplishment, and I was able to have a 60% win rate. And I think on the entire tourney, I was like the top 10 player.
You get out of my face, guy! Are you serious? Oh, I'm gonna fucking get you. So wait, Olive, what would you say to someone who if someone asked you if you were good at Risk, what would you say?
I feel like the computer player just messed me up.
No. I don't. Not about this game, right? Like if someone someone you haven't spoken to in a year or two, you get to talking, and they're like, and this comes up, the fact that you're, taking risk fairly seriously. So they say, "What you're good at risk? How do you broach that topic?"
I think we've covered like a lot of those points like before, but if I were to summarize it, I'm very like analytical, so I think a lot about my moves and like the best way that I can win. I focus on the math. I try to take my emotions out of it, and I stay calm, cool, and collected, no matter what is happening to me like during the game. I always try to make my best possible decisions.
Yeah, I'm not asking how, right? We get how. I'm more asking. It's a bit of an odd thing. Like we're inside quite a niche with this game, right?
Listen.
Yes.
We can be friendly, okay? I promise if you don't punch me, I won't punch you, okay?
Okay.
Oh, he can't punch you very hard.
Yeah, I know. What are you worried about?
Yeah, let's be friendly. Come on. I'm already powerful. I can just punch you back, and it will be even harder for you to win. Come on.
Right.
Let's be friendly.
So how many troops do you want to get on your next turn?
Go fuck yourself.
Do you want 6? Is that how many? Wait, did you just tell me what? What did you say?
No. 5 is good enough.
Yeah, it is. Isn't it? How about 4? How do you feel about 4?
Suck.
You suck.
This is hilarious.
I know it is.
You guys are killing each other.
We're so dumb. The bot's gonna win. Watch.
Well, the bot turned in his stats.
I bet you Velocity is just watching this, be like, why are they playing so badly?
I think we got a rampage bot.
Good.
Yeah, I told you the first time already. He's a rampage bot.
And yet he's
And
being
now
allowed to
he's a rampage
hold.
bot with a freaking continent.
Uh-oh.
He's doubling our troop count. It's actually, thankfully the sets will get high eventually.
Pete, you're so dead. Come on, let's be friendly. I promise.
Oh, I'm good now. I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good now, Parlox.
Yeah, let's be friendly. Come on.
Okay. You're gonna hit me again, aren't you?
I promise I won't.
Okay.
I promise. Like, because it's fun.
See, I shouldn't have turned off alliances. Maybe we could have negotiated.
What? Olive, don't punch me or I'll punch back.
Can I take one territory?
Threats.
No.
No.
I will punch you all the way. I will even put this on your screen. Even on your phone. You better not do it.
Hey, should we just give up this game and both attack Parlox with everything we have?
No, I just made a deal, right? He finally said he's gonna stop punching me.
Let's be friendly, come on. No punching between us.
Get him. Ah.
Good. Remember the deal. No punching between us.
Yeah, I was good. So, the question before P is like, how do I define like why I'm successful?
No, it's not that. It's what would you say to someone, right? Like you're trying to explain this odd niche that we occupy, right? So like you are objectively considered to be one of the best Risk players in the world, yes? As close as we could say to there actually being an objective measure, like putting aside what we know about the flaws in the ranking system, you are one of the best Risk players in the world. So what do you say to someone when they ask you about that? Because it's extremely rare and odd, right?
Yeah, so like, well, if they say, am I good at Risk? I would say...
No!
Oh, yes.
Oh, no. Yes, okay, it didn't go my way. Thank God.
Poor Velocity, though.
Like,
Velocity's in trouble.
Now he has to move his 10 really far away.
Oh, I hope he knows that. I hope he knows that.
Yeah, so if someone says, like, are you good at Risk? I would say that I am good at Risk, but for, like, a wide variety of reasons.
Oh, good work, Velocity. Good work. That gets a thanks from me. Now hit Parlox. So that segues into another question that I'm interested to hear how you take it, because you've already explained to me that you've learned a lot from a lot of different players.
Yeah.
So
Mostly it was from Risk Forever getting me to understand about the fixed game aspect, and then Risk Master Gabe. Like, honestly, I took his video probably more to heart on like fixed capitals on Classic, probably more than any of his other subscribers ever watched that video. It's truly a life-changing video, and I really could not thank him enough for like what he had.
I watched that video around 20 times. I'm not even kidding.
which video?
The one about Classic Capital from Gabe.
I will link to that in the notes for this show so everyone can learn about capitals. Yeah, so
it really is an amazing video. Like, if you really want to get good at Risk, that's the first way to do it, and free-to-play players can use it as well very easily.
What play be though? That was the right move.
I know. I'm food otherwise.
Yeah.
And now Amerigo has 2 positions.
Yeah.
Come at me, bro. I think he's still gonna eat me.
Oh yeah.
I've been hunted successfully.
Yeah.
Hey, but then I will hunt Amerigo back, so it's fine.
Sounds good.
Yeah, but it really was my path like to getting good. If you notice, like, it wasn't because like I just like naturally like knew what to do. I was able to follow other people who are really good at explaining things, and I learned from them.
You're an innovator.
Community,
yeah.
Which allowed me to become good.
So if you were playing a game, like in let's say not a public lobby, you're playing on the Discord, play with friends, you play with someone you haven't played for the first time. How would you be able to?
Oh no! That was close.
How would you be able to?
Run for your life, Velocity.
Yeah, Velocity's gotten robbed, completely robbed by this bot.
He has to run for his life this whole game.
Run for your life, Velocity.
This game's amazing. We should have had a bot every game.
Yeah, I love it.
They do add a fun wrinkle, don't they? How would you identify a player better than you, Olive? What sort of things would stick out to you that you would notice?
Someone who plays on a computer who's like attacks a lot mechanically faster than me, it makes it a lot harder for me to compete with them because I just play on my phone a lot. I may eventually be able to play on my computer for like progressive games, but at this point I played almost 600 hours on my phone, so I'm just used to attacking fast and playing that way. Also, and in terms of progressive games, I am in terms of, how would I say, like free-for-all games, I'm probably a little bit weaker compared to other top players. It's more like 1v1s and 2v2s, and there are no politics. It's just people having to play their best. That is where I tend to be the most successful.
Do you have any experience with the board game?
You're asking me?
Not much.
Okay, so the reason that came to mind is just the politics side comes very naturally to me. So much so that not being able to use it, right, because we're not seeing anyone face to face, really hampers my game. Like, I'm considered to be bad at fixed, which is interesting because if I were playing at a table, the entire fixed strategy is a very simple logical process. But if you're playing at a table, you look someone in the eye, you say words, all of a sudden you can be very charming and convincing and, hey, I'll be your friend if you'll be mine, and all of that is, or at least was, a very big part of the game for me.
Shall I try it?
Well, very risky.
I know, I just want to try it. How fun.
Parlox, man. How could you? Listen to this guy. Listen to this guy giggling. Good game.
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. It's okay. You can't win them all.
Yeah.
Also, Amerigo was aggressively knocking me out of my exclaves, so that had something to do with that.
Yeah, that sucked for sure.
I'm going to enjoy watching him get eaten, too.
Amerigo?
Sure hope that 45 stack doesn't ruin your entire day.
Yeah. Oh, please don't go for me. It goes for me. Oh God.
Oh
Okay.
God.
Ah.
I love that bot, man. This bot is out of control.
Olive, you need to run for your life, Olive. As fast as you can.
Yeah, what the heck do I do now?
just do one take with the 6 and 45 to the 10. The 10 should be fine.
I think velocity would be your target, if you could.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Someone better take one of your territories because you don't deserve to have 12 when you have 12. That's annoying.
Deserve?
Yeah.
Okay.
He doesn't deserve it. He's an awful human being who doesn't deserve anything.
Wow.
Yeah, I said it.
You said, yeah, shots fired. This is a risky move, but if you get it... Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Very risky. Do it.
7 on 4. Let's see it.
Ooh, you got it.
Let's see
You
it.
got it. Just barely got it.
Good game velocity. Amazing.
Now enjoy being taken out by me.
Yeah.
I have to go up here.
What? Why are you doing this?
Because you said enjoy being taken out, so get taken.
I don't even have a set. If I had a set, I would kill him for sure, but I don't.
Well, then Amerigo is going to eat you.
Yeah. Nothing I can do about that one. That's rough. If I had a set, I would win here, but I don't.
I assumed you did, which is why I did this.
I'm just trying to split out. Maybe Amerigo is slow.
Amerigo's actually one of the fastest
Yeah.
attackers in the world.
I was going to say I don't think he's slow.
I don't know, man. I'll try my best.
Well, then he just takes out the bot instead.
Okay,
Better the bot than you, eh?
Yeah. Oh, I don't have a set at 4. Okay, then.
Oh, poor you. What a shame.
Yeah, nothing. Yeah.
So Olive wins?
I can't attack Parlox's territories fast enough.
Ah, this map hampers you. That's right. I actually didn't even think of that. That this wouldn't be a mobile-friendly map at all. And that's another thing, right? We really need to close the gap in terms of speed between the mechanical gap between mobile and PC users, if at all possible. Just for the sake of fairness, for the sake of real competition.
Yeah, for sure. It's not very fair right now. Speed doesn't matter that much.
He's going for you, though. Let's...
Yeah. So, I was going to say, speed doesn't matter that much. Usually, it's mainly strategy, but speed can matter a lot.
He can't get you. He made a mistake. He's just whittling you down now.
Yeah.
He doesn't know that Parlox doesn't have a match, so he's expecting Parlox to eat you instead.
Yeah, I guess so.
Right, that would be the strat.
He shouldn't try to eat me, Olive, because Americo can't kill me, and I won't have a set.
Are we stalemated at 3 players? In the late game?
No, I die next turn because I have 5 cards. No way I survive.
Right.
Stop, Olive, I don't have a set. Stop it. You just built me to Americo. Stop.
Goes 2 cards. I know what I'm doing.
I love the confidence. Stop whining, kid. I know what I'm doing.
Stop it. So just splitting with Americo. It's so enraging.
No, he popped his stack. That was correct.
Yeah, but he still has a lot of territories. He can easily kill.
No, he can't. Not even close. You see how many splits he would have to do?
Okay, yeah, you're right, but still, it's close. Come on.
Olive is winning this game with that move.
Yeah.
He set up to kill.
That was actually a pretty good move. I purposely left one in
move.
Africa, give you some, so he can't kill you.
That was a great move.
I hate you now. I'm so dead. You're gonna kill me, I don't care. Good game.
Maybe the bot wins.
Yeah, I need Amerigo to help me. I think he realizes that he can't kill me, and if he kill me, just game over, you easily win. So Amerigo has to kill me. Come on. Please don't fuck this up.
What do you expect Amerigo to do right now?
He should try to become Olive. That way it's harder for him to kill me.
I expect him to do that, and I don't think it'll work.
Why not?
Well, okay, let's say he pushes into Olive and breaks Olive's continent. Olive's at 36, putting in... Yeah,
Oh,
see?
no.
Look at that. You're dead.
Oh,
Bye! Bye!
Oh well.
Oh,
It
well.
was bound to happen. Now set it 4 for me and set it 3 for him. Oh well. Good game, Olive.
Good game, Olive. I like how he goes quiet when he's concentrating.
Gotta concentrate.
Hey, right on, man. Get him.
I go quiet when I need to conquer a lot of fun to it pretty hard.
I don't know, man. I've never seen you go quiet before.
Is that a compliment or is that a bad thing?
I don't know. How did I mean it?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Okay, so whoops. Over there. Over
Should have
there.
moved away.
Over
Whatever.
there.
Let's hope he doesn't have a set. Here's where the speed comes in again.
Yeah, it sucks.
I mean, you won. There's little he can do in this circumstance.
Yeah, even if he has a set.
Even if he has a set, yeah.
Yeah, he gets a set at 55, but my 57's next to him.
And you control
Oh,
the
yeah.
whole board. So,
Okay, he can't kill me.
I agree. Good game.
Also, the bot is true.
Unless he gets a roll like he gets your 60 losing 0.
Yeah.
This is balanced blitz, though.
He can use it to random one, but you get my point, yeah.
This is what you get, Amerigo, for hunting me. Should have saved some troops for yourself.
Oh yeah. Oh well.
Olive, man,
All right.
what a blast. Thank you for coming on.
Yes, this was a lot of fun, and I really appreciate you letting me come here to talk with you guys for a bit.
Hell yeah, that was a lot of fun. It was a bit painful to see Amerigo go for the bot instead of you. He really should have gone for you.
Is there anything that you're working on that you'd like to promote or tell people about? Or point folks in the direction of?
Honestly, my goals right now, the stuff that I focus on, are things like the just also on the tournament scene and being involved in the community and just playing with people and just trying to be a good guy and a good person that people can rely on. And
Yeah.
I'm really happy to be doing things like these interviews. Okay, that was unlucky, but whatever.
Move to 43. Quick. Got it.
Yeah. And frankly, I just really want to just be more involved for a while and just really enjoy what I do.
I agree that
I'm a really happy guy, and I do know as the United States as the vaccines pick up.
Yep.
And more outdoor activities and everything. I will continue to be involved in this community. I'm really excited about the 1v1 tournament coming up. I'm already starting to practice for that. And if you want to ever have a video series where I show you how to play on Classic Capitals, which is round 1, I will gladly go over that with you.
Please, I need all the help I can get.
Yes.
I am so
I can
bad
help you out
at
with
that.
every single round if you want.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
I'll try to teach you too, if you don't mind.
Yeah, but
I know I suck.
But you're mean.
I know it.
You're mean
Yeah,
to
I
me.
know it. I know I suck and I know I'm mean.
I didn't say you suck. I said
Parlox,
I suck.
you are very good at the game. However, because you're so good, when people don't know what to do, you get annoyed and then you stop being a good teacher.
No. It's about the attitude. I can try to help you. Yeah, no, I have no problem with that.
I just feel like half of the time he's messing with me, and the other time there's those nuggets of wisdom in there, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know if wisdom's the right word for a kid, but we'll work on it.
Well.
Okay, so before we wrap up, what was that video that you wanted me to link to again? The Gabe's Classic Capitals, or?
I'll send it to you later.
Please.
I'll put this in in the Discord chat.
Awesome.
Yeah, I'll do it. Don't worry.
This was fantastic. Thank you so much.
It was.
Super.
Yes, I really appreciate this, and again, I hope you really enjoy continuing making these podcasts, and I look forward to seeing this episode when it comes out. I sent you the video that allowed me to go to 50th in the world, and eventually gave me the skill set to get to the top 10. And if anyone else, this motivates you to start laddering up, feel free to reach out to me. I'm always into helping people learn, grow, and improve. It's what let me go from a novice to a top GM, and excited to see where the game takes me.
Me too, man. It's such a great thing about this community that all the top players really seem as engaged at, rising tide raises all ships at bringing up everyone. This seems like a great time to wrap it up, so thanks again. Thank you, Parlox. Tons of fun. And for all of you on the path to world domination, good games and good luck.